In this video, we're going to cover how to use Sentry Journal the right way. Some of you guys have either been using it the wrong way or you are on the fence of getting it, but you don't know exactly how it works. So I'm going to show you. First thing you want to do is come down to settings. This is the first thing you want to do. You want to make sure you sort out your settings. So you put your risk in and you put how much you'd be risking roughly per trade. This is just, roughly. You can always change this. It doesn't really matter too much. This just allows you to see the data according to these numbers. This is very important. This is extremely important. So you want to set what your RR rules are according to the trades that you usually take, or at least according to the back test that you'll be doing. For example, my planned RR is 1-to-1 because on most trades, that is what my take profit is going to be. And then break even, you can make this 1 or 0.8 or whatever your break even roughly is in most cases. If it's 0, just leave it at 0 if you don't use break even at all. Make sure this is ticked. This here helps you with one of the most important features on Sentry Journal. Very, very important, and I'll show you exactly how this works in a bit. This here is just for live accounts. So your break-even range roughly, and what that is, depending on your live accounts and the trades you take there, and what Sentry Journal should see as break-even and what it should see as a win or a loss. Then you want to make sure that you have your strategy also sorted out. Whatever strategy you use, just have it there. Once you clicking on it basically tells Sentry Journal that this is what you should be using on every single back test or every single trade. Meaning that it's always going to be on, right? Always going to be on. If it changes, then you don't need to. So you just have to select it every single time. And then your confluences, make sure you add all your confluences that you use according to how you do it. You might already see some, so you can click on them and add them, or if you have yours, just add yours manually. For example, I added a bunch of mine separately and to where it makes sense to me, basically according to what I shall be backtesting. And then you have your setup tier, which is like S tier, A tier. These basically I've ticked, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the ones I've ticked is basically like a must-have for S tier. And then I've said, okay, if you find 3 of these 4, that's considered the S tier. And then the X's is like the worst type of setup. So you can kind of adjust these according to how you're backtesting and what this means for you. So it's all personal. It doesn't have to be like this, but make sure you do all of this first. This is the most important. Now, once you've done that, this is what you want to do next. You want to go onto Trading View. Now on Trading View, this is extremely important. You want to make sure you have these settings like this. So you want to do your position tool, put that wherever it is. You want to make sure your settings is like this. Untick all of these. So you want to go on style, you want to untick these 3. Make sure they're not ticked. Why? Is so you don't have a bunch of clutter on your price labels right here. And this is very, very important, and you'll see why in a bit. But when you now want to journal your first trade or any trade, what you want to do now, for example, this is a trade for me. I'm going to put my stop loss where I want it to be. And this is essential for a particular feature. You want to make sure your take profit is at the highest point before price goes back to break even. And I'll show you why and how this allows you to gather even better data, right? So for me, this was where price got to, right? Before price eventually retraced to break even. So I'm going to take a screenshot at this point. But before I take the screenshot, take note. You want to click on the position tool. So these come up, bang, bang, bang. So once you just click on, you just need to click on it and that's about it. And then take the screenshot. So I like to click on it and I like to move my mouse to where price first tapped the zone. So then you'll see the time just below it saying 16:10. So that's it. So you click, move your mouse there, and then I take the screenshot. Quickest way to take a screenshot on the Mac is just Command Shift 5. And then you just want to do capture entire screen. And then as the screenshot is there, I just drag this straight on there, just like that. So as that continues to read, what I usually do is I'll then be going back to find my other backtest and my other data. So I'll just continue whilst that's still loading, right? But it should be done literally in seconds. So when you go back, you'll see that it is ready. Now, here is why I told you to move your take profit to the maximum, because now you have this peak profit at 3.8. You will see it was 3.8 right here. And then you'll see your planned RR, which I put as 1-to-1 earlier in the settings. You'll see my strategy because I ticked it. It's already ticked. You will see the time as 16:15, which is also already done. you will see my confluences. So now according to this trade, I can then click on the confluences that I see, right? Sometimes it would already be done like this because these will always be on every trade. So I already done that in my settings to say it should be on every trade. And the other ones, I can just click on it according to how I see it. It already knows it's a win. It already knows it's a long. So that's about it. So in most cases, you don't really have to do anything else. The time is already set. You might just have to add the extra confluences that you added manually. And then after that, you just save it. That's about it. So it's essential that you do all these steps that I showed you. It's very quick and very, very easy. You just need to kind of get used to doing it and do it the first time. Once you do, you gather all of these data. And what this data allows you to do now is if you go under reports, you will see this here, best exits. This is one of the best features for Sentry Journal because this allows you to see that if you are taking your usual trade at one to one, this would be your win rate and this would be your profit and your profit factor. But it's telling you that if you were to do 1 to 3s, this would be your data. This prevents you from having to go back and redo your entire back test again just to test out 1 to 3s. Because when you're back testing, you already set your maximum points that your take profit went to before price retraced to break even. If you don't want to do it that way, where it's before price retraces to break even, then you don't have to. You could just do it at the maximum point, maybe before price goes to stop loss. So in that case, you just want to make this break even being 0, right? But if, for example, you want to see 0.8, then you'll be able to see 0.8. If your break even was at 0.8, it would then show you the results according to that. If your break even was 0.5, it will show you according to it being 0.5, right? Like just like this. So this is one of the best features because now you can do your backtest once and in the future you can always change your take profit because you will know that according to data, it says this is what your win rate and your profit factor and stuff would be. You can see for me, it's telling me 1 to 3s is still my best because it makes the most money and it has the highest profit factor as well. So this is very, very important. And then the time is also set. So everything else is kind of just done just because of that one decision that you make at the start of your back test. And once you do it that way over and over, everything is always going to be good to go. And you have all this data that you can use to analyze everything that you want, your winning days, losing days, and everything else that you want to see. So it is extremely essential that you follow everything the way I've explained it to you. Once you do that, you pretty much be good to go and you have all the information that you want. So I hope this was useful. If you have any questions or any extra features that you want to see, just leave in the comments of this video.